is in the building. The Drama King is in the building. The Drama King is in the building. We in the building. I told you guys. I told you. 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 Listen, man. Say, man. Listen, man. Y'all gonna listen to Old Blue one day. K. Ross, Via Ferreira, Terry Nelson II, the Guru. What's up, family? What's up, family? Marco Bolivia, Tyann Scott, peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling? Light skin business, Sheriff Deputy Mac. Hey, man, say, man, y'all gonna listen to Old Blue one day. Joel, what's up? Farouk Salam, what's up, family? Mr. Incredible. Marlo Houston, William Cole, what's up? Get on in here. Get on in here. Tried to tell y'all, man. Hey, man, say, man. Baby Shoe, what's up? Ruben, what's up? Starter Kid Duke. My brother, Mr. Hayes, in the building. What's good, family? What's good, family? Salute. Dana Harrington, what's up? Hey, Mark, they ain't never gonna give me a credential again. Dana Harrington, Blue, what's up, family? Thoroughbred Sean, I'm gonna tell y'all this truth, and they ain't never gonna give me a pass again. Big Hill 30, what's up? Hey, man, Pierre Love, what's up? They ain't never gonna give Old Blue a pass again, man, because of y'all, man. So I need y'all to hit that like button, man. They ain't never gonna give me a pass again. A.K. Crowder, AC Boxing, what's up? A.K. Crowder, my brother. Hey, listen, man, say, man, listen, man. They ain't never gonna give Old Blue a credential again. PBC ain't gonna give me a credential, man. Hey, man, PBC, man, I love y'all, man. Give me my credential, man. Give me my credential, man. They ain't never gonna give it to me again, man. Mark, I'm done. I'm finito. Hey, bro, I just see you fight week. They ain't never gonna credential me a fight. I'm just gonna see you walking around fight week. But guess what? I gotta tell this truth, because I'm a truth teller. I gotta give it to y'all a hundo, man. I can't be out here half-stepping for y'all. Y'all love me, man. Y'all love me, man. So I gotta give y'all the truth. The truth. The truth gotta be spoken. Listen, man, say, man. Mo T, 8 Trey, what's up? Shogun 76. Joseph Brown, what's up, family? So listen, man. Marvin McClain, what's up? Come on, man. Stop repeating yourself. How about this, brother? Go sit in the corner. You ain't got to worry about me repeating myself. Maya Egypt, peace of blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? Tyann Scott, peace of blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? Rashad Wilson, what's up? L Rock, Fofo, what's up? So listen. Check this out. Check me out. Big Trucker Trap Star, what's up? I'm trying to give all my peopleizations an opportunity to come in the building. This brother is rushing me. Hey, man, say, man, stop repeating yourself, man. Get to the point, man. Hey, man, I'm trying to let the real people that come and support me every day, give them an opportunity to get in here so I ain't got to repeat myself like you just complained about. Sheriff Deputy Mac, my brother in the super chat. Some color for the chat. Salute, appreciate you. Will Brock, what's up? Hey, listen, man. Geo James, Khalil 98, Keith Trucker, what's up? So listen. Check me out. Javante Tank Davis, according to people in his team that have told me, Visionary, what's up? Andy the Barber, what's up? Mike Smith, what's up? They said, Blue, Tank ain't trained a week before the incident. Lobo, what's up? He wasn't training for the Lamont Roach fight. Say what? Say what, Blue? Say what? Come again? Ron, what's up? Schoolboy Spy, what's up? So I said, no way. That can't be possible, because he knew he got the Lamont Roach fight coming up. They said, man, he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Tariq Reed, what's up? He ain't focused on boxing right now. He's somewhat in shape. RJ, what's up? But he ain't training. He ain't focusing on boxing. Right? RJ said Tank owned boxing. How could you own something when somebody pays you to do it? What? What? How could you own something when somebody else cuts your check? You don't own nothing. Floyd don't own boxing. Somebody cut Floyd a check. How could he own it? He don't own anything. And he don't make more money than Canelo Alvarez. He don't do bigger numbers than Canelo Alvarez, okay? Old school fanatic, what's up? So therefore, he doesn't own anything. Hence the reason why he's not happy. Zeta Way, what's up, family? Orb Jones, what's up? If he owned it, he would be happy. He's not happy because he don't own it. Voodoo Glitch, what's up? You feel me? We got 400 people here and 91 likes. Truth is stranger than fiction. My brother, what's up, family? I need y'all to get the likes up. Come on, man. It's disrespectful to me. Support the channel, support the grind. We got 400 people here. That means we got 300 people moonlighting. Over 300 people. Where they do that at? But Cash, Chapa Tazal, salute. Floyd passed the keys. The Guru, what's up? I can't continue to entertain you. Ace 9 Deuce, what's up? I need y'all to smash that like button. Fat Cat Shadowboxing. Antonio Lancaster, what's up? Get the likes all the way up, people. Come on. Let's work, man. Let's get the likes to 300 so I can continue right now. Mike Smith, what's up? If you have not smashed the like button, smash the like button. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. You know you didn't hit the like button. It don't cost you a thing. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is hit the like button. Bing, and let's continue. Let's support the channel, support the grind. Come on, man. Bruce Davis, what's up? Let's work, let's work, let's work. AK Kwan, what's up? Khan, what's up? Smash that like button. Let's get the likes up ASAP. Come on. Let's work. It should have jumped there already. It should have immediately. Everybody simultaneously hit the like. King B News and Views, what's up? Hit that like button. Hit the like, man. Naeem Amir, what's up? Andrew Morales, what's up? So, okay, our BJ Jason, what's up? We not smashing the like button. The like, buddy. Well, I know why you not smashing the button, because somebody's smashing your significant other. Now get out of here. Goodbye. You worrying about smashing the like button, and somebody's at your house smashing while you doing the 9 to 5. Go ahead. That's why you don't like the word smash and like. Yeah, Frank, what's up? But anyway, back to regularly scheduled programming. So as I told you guys, right? Here's the thing. Via Ferrer, what's up? Here's the thing, right? You got to take this into consideration. I told you guys. Remember, and you ain't got to even take my word for it. Lamont Roach, Jill James Khalil 98, what's up? Lamont Roach told y'all. Salute to Boston. James Swayze, what's up? Lamont Roach told you, man, this dude still ain't signed his portion of the contract. Anthony Ingram, what's up? So all the pieces should add up to y'all right now. Next Level Coach, what's up? All the pieces should, Blade Brown, what's up? Z Stacks 1017, what's up? All the pieces should add up to you right now. Mo T, 8 Trey, my brother in the super chat, he said, wipe your feet, ring the doorbell, get the likes up. Yes, sir. All the pieces should be adding up, right? I told you, what was taking them so long to announce the fight? GG Champ 15, what's up? What was taking so long? Well, guess what? Tank wasn't even training. His team is like, bro. And this is not only that, I heard it from a very great source. They like, bro. First of all, as soon as I put the video out, a very reputable man in the sport of boxing who I respect to the utmost, he immediately hit me and said, Blue, it's not happening August 30th. Immediately. Now, I had people who represent the PBC that told me, that said, bro, we trying to make the fight. We're going to push it back to August 30th. The press conference is not going to happen on Saturday. This upcoming Saturday, the morning of Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios, you're supposed to get the press conference for Tank Lamont Roach rematch for August 16th. They told me, listen, the press conference is not going to happen. They wanted to do a Zoom. Tank is not interested in doing a Zoom. He's not interested in doing a Zoom. And They're pushing. They're looking to push it back to possibly the latest date possible, August 30th. So I put the info out there. Y'all seen the video I did. These are coming from. They're contradicting themselves, but it's coming from credible sources. So then I got word and figured it out that the PBC, Fosheen, the Panhandler, what's up, family? They're trying to push Tank Davis to fight this Lamont Roach fight because they have other fighters on the card. Shouts out to my brother L Dub Boxing. It done threw a wrench in the plans of Gary Anton Russell. It threw a wrench in the plans of they trying to make Carlos Adames versus Genovic. It messed that up, right? They need Tank Davis to compete. They need Tank Davis to compete. So they trying to push Tank Davis in this direction. We need you to fight. So that way they can assure that they get their money back. Oh, they ain't going to give you no more credentials, man. PBC ain't giving me no more credentials after this. Well, they wasn't going to give it to me anyway. But Corey Jackson, what's up? They definitely ain't giving me no more credentials after this. Oh, no, sir. And that's okay. Salute to them. Because I did nothing but show them love. But if the truth is upsetting the people, then it is what it is. I can sleep good at night. But they ain't going to give me no more credentials. So here's the thing, right? So they're trying to push him into this fight. They need Tank Davis to compete. They need him to have this card so they can put the other fighters on the undercard. And Jabari Washington, what's up? And so Tank Davis, they dependent upon him to make these fights. So that way they can have a major card to put these other fighters on the undercard and get their money back. They can justify putting the fight on pay-per-view because it says Gervonta Tank Davis. See, they can't justify the future. What's up? Rodriguez Jackson TV, what's up? They can't justify a pay-per-view that says Stephen Fulton, Motown 909, what's up? Versus O'Shaquie Forster. Ain't nobody paying for that. Ain't nobody paying for that. And remember what I told you. Amazon did not give them a budget. Amazon has given them a distribution deal. They do not have a budget. They have a distribution deal. So now, Light Eyes, what's up? So how they going to put on a fight that says Cool Boy Stephen Fulton versus O'Shaquie Forster as a headline? You could do it for free, but the people ain't going to pay for it. Seen and unseen boxing, what's up? But if you put O'Shaquie Forster versus Stephen Fulton on Gervonta Tank Davis card and say pay-per-view, the people going to pay for that. Are y'all following what I'm saying? So they need Tank Davis. Hey, bro, we need you to do this. They need Tank Davis to fight. But I got to tip my hat to Tank Davis. Tank Davis is well in his right to say I'm fighting when I'm ready. Warrior Class the Third, what's up? Now, again, my selfishness as a fan, Brother Power, what's up? My selfishness as a fan and as a member of the media and reporter, and it's being my job, I want Tank Davis to fight often because he's a big deal. Uncle B Pipe, what's up? So I want to see his talent. I want to see his skill set. And I want him to be able to give me something for my job. So yeah, I want Tank Davis to fight ASAP. But Tank Davis, when people tell you who they are, let's start believing them. Let me say that again. When people tell you who they are, believe them. Tank Davis has told us, Cerebral One, what's up? That mentally, he's ready to step away from the sport of boxing because he don't want the aggression anymore. He wants to focus on his kids and his family, and he wants to be a different person. Luck Maynard, what's up? Again, my selfishness as a fan and as a reporter and a journalist for boxing, giving y'all this news, I want to see Tank Davis fight Shakur Stevenson. It's major. That's my selfishness. That's your selfishness. Okay? That's the truth is we treat Gervonta Tank Davis and the rest of the boxers like pawns on the table. because it's our selfishness, because we fans of the sport. D-Boy Dead, what's up? And the truth is, we use the fighters until they're no longer able to be used, and we do away with them. Drew Titan LLC, the Droof, my brother in the building. What's up, family? Go subscribe to my brother Drew Titan. Manda Mansa Musa LLC, what's up? That's the truth. I'm guilty of it. We all guilty of it. We all guilty of it. Okay? We are all guilty of it. Out of sight, out of mind. But guess what? They still have to live their life. And yes, Gervonta Tank Davis is going through things. And we see what he's going through publicly because he's such a big deal. So publicly, his life is in the public. G McCall 09, what's up? People ask me, Blue, why didn't you do a video when Tank Davis coming out the courtroom? I had 56 people send me the video. 56 people inbox me on Instagram the video of Tank Davis coming out of the courtroom with the shirt over his head. I didn't put that video up because I already reported on it, for one, and two, he's a human being. And people was clowning him. Bro, why are you covering your face when we know it's you? I get it. I don't get that at all either. Because we know it's you, number one. And number two, we already knew you was arrested. But at the end of the day, if the man don't want to be seen, he want his privacy, let him have his privacy. But he's a celebrity. They ask for it, but they don't ask for it. They indirectly act. They want the fame, they want the money, but they don't want the attention that when it comes, the good comes with the bad. Brutal, what's up? Said OG be easy with the number in the back. What number? Zay, what's up? Oh, people can see the numbers? Right here. Wards, what's up, family? Oh, appreciate you, family. Appreciate you. I ain't even think about that. Timothy Ramdeen, what's up, family? Yeah, man, you get weirdos, bro. Yeah, Timmy. I got to. Yeah, Fight Side TV. What's up, family? Let me put this right here, then. Francis, what's up, family? So now, Tariq Reed, what's up, family? Wonka, what's up? So now, again, right? So, like I said, Tank Davis is a human being. You know what I'm saying? But what you gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? The fame, along with the fame comes the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take both. And so, with that said, they're trying to push Tank Davis in these fights because they need Tank Davis. They need Tank Davis, right, to have a legit pay-per-view event. They need him. Kawhi Elliott, what's up? Oh, yeah, I put that work in every single day. Diet and everything, man. It's a sacrifice. But they need Tank Davis to have this pay-per-view card so that way, K. Mueller, what's up? What press conference? Quincy Carter, what's up? So that way, they can justify having a pay-per-view event. Tank Davis does not want to box anymore, people. He's not interested in boxing right now. He's just not. Right now, he's currently just not interested in boxing like that. He's just not. He's just not. But Quincy Vaughn, what's up? It's okay though, because he's well in his right to not want to box right now. He has other things on his mind, other things he wants to handle. So the fact that Tank Davis, doesn't it all add up to you guys? Again, you don't even need inside sources. We could just use our common sense at this point in time. The fact that Lamont Roach kept telling the world, and he keeps telling the world, that Tank Davis has not signed his portion of the contract. He said, I signed, he didn't sign, right? And now we get the news, because it was brought to me because somebody broke the news that, now I told you guys it was going to be on the 30th, right? Somebody else said that it's going to be on the 23rd or the 30th, and Tank Davis ain't trained. So I didn't say anything about it. You feel me? I just didn't say anything about that. Then somebody hit me up and say, yo, first of all, a very credible person said, yo, August 30th is not happening, Blue. And this is a person I trust very dearly. And they said, Blue, August 30th is not happening. So I'm like, bro, oh, man. You understand? I was hoping that it was going to happen, right? On August 30th, right? Because I'm eager to see the rematch between the two. Okay? And then when that was told to me that it's not happening, I was disappointed. You feel me? But then on top of that, I get the word in the news that now somebody had put this information. I didn't even know that this information was put out there that Tank Davis wasn't training. I didn't even know that. I wasn't aware of it. But somebody hit me up and said, bro, you see the reports. Now, this is another person that's extremely, extremely close to Tank Davis. And they said, bro, you see the reports that Tank, my bro, hasn't been training. The bro hasn't been training. And I'm like, no, I didn't see that. They say, yeah, well, he hasn't been training. They talking about he ain't been training in 3 weeks. He ain't been in the gym training like that for longer than that before this incident happened. But Malante Davis, what's up? DP Rocker, what's up? But that aligns, doesn't it? Because they said that Tank hasn't trained. You saw the reports that said Tank hasn't trained since in 3 weeks, right? That's what it said. Well, that would align with the incident that they reported that took place on Father's Day, June 15th. You understand? So they're making it that this he hasn't been training since this incident took place. But from what I'm being told, Tank Davis hasn't been training before that. Really not interested. Just not interested like that. So he got other things going on. But again, like I said, when people tell us who they are, let's believe them. When people tell us who they are, let's start believing them. Okay? Let's just believe him. He told us, hey, bro, boxing is trash. I mean, I know we don't literally, we gloss over it. Wonka, what's up? I know we gloss over it and we be like, yeah, he ain't serious, because it's our selfishness. That's our selfishness. Dominique Woodland said boxing doesn't need Tank. That's a lie. Big Silk, what's up? That's a lie. Boxing needs Tank, 1,000%. Yes, it does. Boxing needs Tank, 1,000%. Boxing is not better off without Tank. Lamar Harper, what's up? That's a lie. Do we like all the other stuff that comes along with it? Right? No. But to say GOAT 95, what's up? Boxing doesn't need Tank. I mean, boxing is going to move on with or without you, right? Eventually. That's just, it just is what it is. But it still needs you to, it needs you to carry your torch until your torch flames out, and then it's on to the next. Mr. Groove Time, Groovity Time. What's up, family? Boxing don't need him. Boxing does need him. Please stop saying that. Tank has the WBA title. Please stop saying that. Boxing needs Gervonta Tank Davis. That sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. Of course, boxing needs Gervonta Tank Davis. That sounds ridiculous, bro. Again, you may not like the antics. You may not like his character. You may not like the way he fights. But to say boxing don't need Gervonta Tank Davis is ridiculous. Throw straight boxing facts. What's up? Warrior Class the Third, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Salute, Blue. Is it because all the boxers in Tank's division can't sell pay-per-view? Roach, Haney, Shakur, Norman, Martin, Mason, Schofield, Tiafimo, Ryan Garcia, Rowley, even Boots. So we'll be next up. So who will be next up? It's not that. First and foremost, let me say this, right? Boxing has very few real superstars. Okay? That's just the truth. Boxing has very few crossover real superstars. That's in the history of the sport. That's historic. Andre Ward wasn't a crossover. JC Storyteller, what's up? Andre Ward wasn't that. Okay? Marvin Hagler wasn't that. Right? Thomas Hearns was a big name, but he wasn't that. Roberto Duran wasn't that. Sugar Ray Leonard was that. They were superstars, no doubt. But Sugar Ray Leonard was global, right? Sugar Ray Leonard was that's why a lot of fighters was jealous of Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was the quote-unquote golden child, okay? Sugar Ray Leonard was, the sponsors, the smile, the commercials. Yeah, they all had commercials. They all had, but it not to the magnitude of Sugar Ray Leonard. Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston wasn't that. Joe Frazier wasn't that. George Foreman became that in his second career when he had started selling the Foreman grill and all of that. He wasn't that. Okay? You have very few. You have Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather. Roy Jones was somewhat that. Roy Jones touched upon that. It's like the NBA, right? Mike Tyson was that. Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, Mexican-American. Oscar De La Hoya broke barriers. Oscar De La Hoya had the smile, Olympic gold medalist, commercials, things of that nature. He was that guy, Oscar De La Hoya. But there's not a lot of those guys. They don't exist. They just don't. They don't. Okay? You have some. It's just like it's in any other sport as well. It's not just boxing. Okay? It's not just boxing. Okay? Inside the Corner Talk Podcast. What's up, family? Salute. Okay? J42, what's up? You have Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, right? You have guys like Karl Malone. He never reached that. Charles Barkley never reached that. There's just a handful. You understand what I'm saying? That of guys that reach that a certain status. And in the sport of boxing, you have even less than those sports. And so in boxing, today's time, you get superstars in boxing, but they're not crossover superstars. See, Floyd Mayweather, before he beat Oscar and did those massive numbers, he was a superstar. He was a Hall of Famer, 4 division champion. He was all that. He was the pound for pound best fighter in the world. But guess what Floyd Mayweather was? He wasn't a crossover guy. When he beat Oscar and started all the antics and the dancing and the jewelry and ESPN and all of those things, right? It crossed him over. You just don't get that. So, Tank Davis is Tank Davis is a guy who has that potential. He hasn't done it yet, but he has the potential to do it. Canelo is doing it, but Canelo just started speaking English. That's the problem. He hadn't spoken English, so you just don't see him a lot in the commercials and stuff like that. And then there's a lot of dark clouds over Canelo's testing positive for banned substance, things of that nature, right? So it's just some people that have that appeal and some people don't. Third Simple NSU, what's up? But in this case with Gervonta Tank Davis, the PBC is trying to force this fight upon Gervonta Tank Davis. They need Gervonta Tank Davis to accept this fight. They need Gervonta Tank Davis to make this fight happen with Lamont Roach. They need this to function. They need this to function because Amazon did not give them a deal. I keep telling y'all that. When y'all running around talking about Tank Davis don't need Turkey Al-Sheikh, yes, he does. Because PBC needs that. They need that funding. Kendrell, what's up, family? They need that funding. Okay? And King Lee Elliott, what's up? They're trying to push Gervonta Tank Davis in that direction. Okay? They need him to fight. And he's not fighting. He don't want to right now. Eric, what's up? If he really wanted this Lamont Roach fight and rematch, he would have been training and focused. He's not. And I believe this situation with his children's mother also mentally derailed him, as it would many people. But because it's Tank Davis, right? We look at him. Red Hook Projects Brooklyn, what's up, family? We look at him as not a human being. He's a human being. I'm pretty sure. Now, I wasn't there. Stat Padford, what's up? I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure most men that have children that have gone through anything like this, Chris Legg, what's up, can pretty much map out what took place. We'll let Sean, peace of bless, Queen. And with Sandoval, what's up? Which is, that man probably went there to get his children on Father's Day. That was her opportunity to get at him. Chilltown Majors, what's up? He probably was shunning her off or having other things, other ways to deal with his children up until that point. He personally went there to get his children. Now, I'm hypothetically speaking, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure this is just Jazz Party. What's up? He went there to get his children. She took the opportunity, yapping at him, getting at him with X, Y, and Z. He started responding to her. Things went left. He probably was like, yeah, you know what? She probably was like, you ain't taking my kids. And, maybe he got another girl, whatever the case may be. Right? And he probably, you ain't taking my kids around her and this. Y'all know how this goes. And then he probably got to the point where, you know what? All right, babies, y'all can't come with daddy. And you know how that goes left. Oh, you don't want to take your kids and you don't want to do this. It goes left quickly. Next thing you know, hey, hit me. He did this. Hey, I'm not being insensitive to women, not being insensitive to young lady because I wasn't there. I'm just saying. You understand? I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Right? Jose Diaz, what's up? Right? And things went left, whatever. Dragon Fame, what's up? We all say these things, right? Oh, you could have did this, you should have did that, right? Like I said, me personally, the best way to avoid a situation is not be in it. R. Stokes, what's up? Period. I tell this to my kids, I tell it to everybody. You want to avoid being in the situation? Don't put yourself in it at all. The chosen kid, what's up? So me, as I told you guys, I don't feel sympathy because you should not have a. You look at the woman you chose. You knew who she was when you chose her the first time. You knew who she was when she put the feces on your toothbrush and all that, allegedly. Okay? You knew who she was. And you chose to reproduce with that woman again. Not one, but two children. You understand? So there lies the issue with me. Why I'm like, hey, bro, you knew who that woman was. Chiquita Fields, peace and blessings, queen. You knew who she was. You knew what she was about. And you still did it. Hey, bro. Lamar Harper, what's up? So when it comes from that standpoint, I'm like, bro, I ain't got no sympathy for you. But again, if the man is not in the business of boxing right now, he's not focused on boxing, right? Let it be. But Tariq Reed, what's up? PBC can't do that. They need Gervonta Tank Davis to box. They need Gervonta Tank Davis to box. Because they, A-Tune Carbonado, what's up? Because they have a distribution deal. They don't have a net, they don't have a budget from Amazon. So they need Tank Davis to fight so that way they can justify putting fights on pay-per-view and put these other fighters on the card. Shouts out to my brother L-Dub Boxing, the Boxing Plug. As we talked about, right? Now Gary Anton Russell, he was supposed to be on the card, right? Guess what? Now he got to have his mandatory fight somewhere else. You know why? In Japan, because he ran out of time. PKTK 504, what's up? So now Gary Anton has to go to Japan. They're relying on Gervonta Tank Davis to carry them. That's what they're doing, people. They are relying on Gervonta Tank Davis to carry them. That's what they're doing. And so it's time for everybody to move on. Like I said, Shakur Stevenson, stop mentioning Tank Davis' name. It's pointless. It's worthless. For one, he only gonna fight you when he's ready to fight you. That's number one. So, again, now I was told that Turkey Al-Sheikh was willing to pay Gervonta, make Tank Davis, I did a video on this, offer he can't refuse. Remember I told you guys that? Well, he gonna have to make that offer ASAP. Because guess what? Super Mac Time, what's up? Jason Floyd, what's up? This dude is in limbo with the sport of boxing, people. He ain't training, he ain't focused, he's not tapped in boxing. He's just not. And again, our selfishness as people and fans of the sport of boxing says, man, you need to box, so get out the way. I get it. I get it. I'm selfish. I'm a fan. I feel the same way. But the fact remains is this. If the dude is not boxing right now, not interested, or whatever the case may be, we got to let him be until he's ready. He said that Al Heyman had told him he needs to take time off. This sounds like this is a reason why. If this dude, think about this, people. I want y'all to think about this. If Tank Davis has not trained in a month, how could he possibly be fighting Lamont Roach? How? Taina Scott, blessings queen. She said, how old is Tank? 30. He 30. No, they don't want him to lose. They need him to fight. They don't want him to lose. They need him to fight. They need him for financial gain. It's a business at the end of the day, people. Don't ever forget, this is a business at the end of the day. Don't you ever forget, it's a business before anything at the end of the day. Don't ever forget that. It's a business at the end of the day. Don't you ever forget that it's a business. And they need Gervonta Tank Davis to fight and compete. But just think, I don't want to see this dude fight Lamont Roach. He ain't been training. And Lamont Roach shouldn't even want to fight him. I'm pretty sure Lamont Roach is aware that this dude ain't been training. I'm pretty sure Lamont Roach is aware this dude has not been training. So if he ain't been training, you Lamont Roach, why you want to fight this dude? You get no credit. T-Bugs, what's up? We need Tank at his best. Agreed. If he ain't been training, bruh, it's over. The sport doesn't owe Tank understanding. If he don't want to fight, he should drop his belt unless someone have the opportunity that's ready. Well, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing. Let me respond to that. I'm glad you said that, Quincy Carter, because Tank has been telling us again. When people let me say this again, man. Oh, when people show us and tell us who they are, let's believe them. Okay? Tank has told us on numerous occasions, I don't care about these belts. Yet they have not stripped Gervonta Tank Davis of the belt. Why? Because they need to get paid off it. The dude has told us 1,000 times, I don't care about the... Quincy Carter, when is the last time he fought his mandatory? When is the last time we seen Gervonta Tank Davis fight his mandatory? When is the last time he even had a real mandatory? When? They just stripped the... Bruh, think about this. Dimitri Bivol didn't even have the belt for 30 days and they stripped this dude. Tank been the champion for years. And they ain't stripped him yet. For years. Why haven't they stripped him? I'll tell you why. The same reason they don't strip Canelo. Money. So it ain't his fault. It's their fault. If it's somebody else that's not a moneymaker, they would have been stripped him. They would have been stripped him. He ain't holding him. He ain't making him making him, bruh. He's just holding it as cosmetic wear. When is the last time you seen Tank at the weigh-in with the belt? Did he have the belt at the weigh-in for Lamont Roach? Warrior Class of Third, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. So Blue, who's to blame for navigating Tank's career in which Tank is having a meltdown or mid-life crisis? The boxing nation is unforgiving, and the world does not owe Tank any understanding. Agreed, I understand. 33 Machiavelli to Don, what's up? I get it, right? The worst thing that happened to Tank was leaving Floyd Mayweather. That's the worst thing that happened to Gervonta Tank Davis. Leaving Floyd Mayweather. You ever seen uh what's what's this magic moment? Did you ever see this magic moment? It's about Shaq and Penny. You ever seen that movie? It's not a movie. It's it's a No, I didn't freeze. I was trying to think of the movie. This magic moment. It's the ESPN documentary. This magic moment, and it talks about Shaq and Penny. And there's at Warrior Class the Third. Check this out. Remember that point where it was a point where I think it was Brian Shaw when Shaq went and signed with the Lakers, and he said he was playing golf with this old dude that's a Magic fan, and the dude said to him, now Shaq went to LA. The dude told him, hey, young man, now you're going to see how hot it gets. And he said, what? What you mean? He said, now you're going to see how hot it gets now that the trees ain't blocking the sun no more. Let me say that again. He said, now, young man, you're going to see just how hot it gets. And Brian Shaw said, what do you mean? And he said, you're going to feel how hot it gets when you don't have the trees blocking the sun no more. Meaning Shaq took up so much, not just his physical appearance blocked the sun out, but he took up so much attention, and he was so front and center, right? He took the pressure off of everybody. He absorbed all the pressure. He absorbed all the pressure. And guess what happened to Gervonta Tank Davis? Floyd Mayweather is that imposing shadow. And now he sees how hot it gets when you don't have the trees blocking the sun. Clarence McLean, what's up, family? See, he had the trees. He had Leonard Ellaby talking for him and Floyd Mayweather taking all the arrows for him. Now he don't have that. Now he doesn't have it anymore. And now he's seeing how hot it gets when you don't have the trees blocking the sun. Everybody complains how hot it is in Florida until they're in the desert in Vegas. When you don't have those trees, at least you got some trees and grass to cool off the sun. But when you get to Vegas, there is no trees. And now Gervonta Tank Davis sees how hot it gets when you don't have the trees blocking the sun. He never, and on top of that, he had a situation where he was enabled. He was enabled. What do you mean by that, Blue? They enabled him because they didn't even teach him how to deal with the media. He doesn't know. But this is what he asked for, so we can't feel bad for him. You asked to leave Floyd Mayweather. You asked to leave to be on your own. You asked for all of these things. And now you have it. Now you have it. This is what you asked for. What they always say, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. See, right now, Floyd be telling, oh, you know what, Floyd will be deflecting to himself. Well, see, I beat more world Tank. Floyd, what's going on with Tank? Is he gonna fight Lamont Roach? See, well, I beat more world champions than anybody in the history of sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? See, when I was around, see, what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna down no fighter. All fighters are great. So here's the thing. When you look at Canelo, they said that he was 23 years old. He was too young when I beat him. Now he fighting, Terrence Crawford. But I beat him. I was 36. I wasn't even the same guy. I wasn't fighting at that weight class. Floyd, is Tank gonna fight Lamont Roach in August? Well, see, here's the thing. You look at my pay-per-view numbers, and y'all said the same thing about me. Y'all said that when I retired, and stepped away from the sport of boxing for a little while, and I came back. I tried to fight Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao, no, he and his team said, they need to talk to their team. But I'm like, listen, nobody asked you to, your team, they asked you if you want to fight. So I'm fighting. So I fought one man with Marquez. And I showed you how you got to get the job done. You get it right. You get it done the first time. See, Manny Pacquiao, and again, we're not talking bad about no fighters. We don't talk bad about no fighters. But I'm different. I did things my way. I listen. Floyd Mayweather Promotions, past, present, and future of the sport of boxing. I changed the game. Floyd, is Gervonta Tank Davis going to rematch Lamont Roach? Well, he's a young fighter, and when when y'all talk about Lomachenko, you see Lomachenko, hell of a fighter. But I just did things different. I did things different. So it's just not a comparison. Floyd, is Gervonta Tank Davis going to rematch Lamont Roach? We got to get out of here right now. You know what I'm saying? But I love everybody in the sport. Thank y'all for coming out and supporting us. Once again, I did things my way. Again, come to Girl Collections. We doing things big at Girl Collections. We'll be back. And shout out to Fight Hype. Fight Hype is the only ones that showed Floyd Mayweather love. They was the only ones that showed Floyd Mayweather love. So we got to shout out Fight Hype. That's what we got to do. Floyd, can we get more questions? That Leonard Ellaby. That's it. There's no more questions. You heard him. You heard him. You heard him. You heard him. Salute to Todd French 600, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, it's a good thing. This will force PBC to promote new talent. Tank is 30 years old with no motivation. It's that time for him anyway. Build new fighters. Agreed, family. No answer. Tank walk right off. Tank walk right off. No answers. We got no questions, no answers. No answers. Floyd is the greatest deflection artist that ever graced the squared circle. That dude is elusive with questions in the media as he was with fighters in the ring. He was as elusive with questions in the media as he was with fighters in the ring. No questions out of Floyd. Floyd did what, you know. You ain't gonna get no question out of that dude. None. None. Said Tank chasing money, not legacy. But again, he told us that already. Why are we mad at him? We can't be mad at him. He told us. That's what he told us. He told us that. Again, like I just said with Quincy Carter when he said with the belts, drop the belts. He don't want the belt to begin with. Why don't they take it? He told us I don't want the belt. Why don't they take it? Time Money 87, what's up? Why haven't they stripped Devontae Tank Davis of his belt? Why? Think about that. Salute to Louisiana. Salute to Front Ward TV. Salute, Femi. They haven't stripped this dude. This dude hasn't defended against a mandatory or anything yet. Inside Square Circle, my brother King Judah. What's up, Femi? They won't show us. He said, why? Because Tank Davis represents money. It's money. They want him to represent their brand. Same thing they do with Canelo Alvarez. Bruh, think about this. Again, like I said, Dimitri Bivol had the belt for less than 30 hours. And he was stripped. Bro had the belt for less than 30 hours. And they was like, yeah, hey, Dimitri, we gonna need that belt. What? I just got it. Sorry, but we gonna need that belt. Tank had the belt for years. Don't even talk about it. Don't even represent it. Don't bring it to fights. Don't do nothing with it. He don't do nothing with the belts. Nothing. Salute to Nasir Ahmad, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. He said, I am thoroughly entertained. Thank you, Blue. I used to think Floyd was a bipolar. That man used to pivot in and out of other ring. Bro, Floyd just choose not to answer questions. They won't show what's up. He just chooses not to answer questions. He knows exactly what he's doing. He just deflects. He don't want to answer the questions. So he deflects. That's it. That's all. Simple. Bro, did you see that interview he did with Kamel Moulton at the press conference? He started talking about how many champions he beat. They asked Floyd Mayweather. They simply asked Floyd, what's next for Kamel Moulton? Is he the next Tank Davis, so on and so forth? This dude started talking about how many champions he beat. And you fall right into the trap because it's interesting. So he started telling you about his career, which is still interesting, and you just forget the question that was asked. Simple. Dudes started talking about, because who you mentioned? Bruh, they didn't even he said, who you mentioned? And somebody said, this is all somebody said at the press conference. Go watch the press conference. Somebody said, like, he used to be the best, or he used to be pound, something like that. Something in the magnitude they referred to him as in the past. And this dude started talking about who's better than me. Nobody still beat no more. He started talking about himself. Warrior Class the Third, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said they enabled Tank calling the fight with Roach and a draw. Tank should have lost and could have retired early. But I agree, you Blue, that Mayweather stained boxing, making these fighters can't take a loss. But see, this is what happened, right? Warrior Class the Third. It's not Floyd stained boxing. Todd Friend 600, brother in super chat. Facts, Blue. I would have pushed the sign and promote Roach. Listen, let me address that. Floyd did not ruin boxing or stain boxing. No, he didn't. Let me address that. All Floyd did was, see, y'all gotta remember that Floyd lived his career in real time. Okay, that's what gets dismissed. He was just living his career in real time. Okay, and he was going with things as his career unfolded. And so remember, these fighters was ducking Floyd, Joe Calzamayor, Acelina Freitas, Prince Nassim Hamed, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya. These dudes was ducking Floyd Mayweather, man. They was ducking Floyd Mayweather. Okay? Remember, now y'all know Larry Merchant couldn't stand Floyd Mayweather. But even Larry Merchant had to call a spade a spade. Go look at those interviews. He said Larry Merchant couldn't stand Floyd Mayweather, and y'all know that. But when Larry Merchant had to side with Floyd Mayweather, you know it was serious. Larry Merchant said, listen. Floyd, who you want to fight next? And before you mention Shane Mosley and Prince Nassim Hamed, please don't mention them. We know they ain't never gonna fight you. They ducking you. They scared. Who else is realistic for you to fight? Remember, Larry Merchant said that. When Larry Merchant says, Floyd, don't even waste your breath calling out Shane Mosley and Prince Nassim Hamed, these dudes ain't never gonna fight you, it's pointless. Who else is realistic for you to fight? And he was like, well, Larry, I'll fight anybody. I'm tracing greatness, so on and so on. When Larry Merchant agrees with Floyd, it's a problem. So, saying this to say, when Floyd Mayweather came in position of power, when he finally got his opportunity in 2007 against Oscar De La Hoya, when Oscar De La Hoya had no choice but to fight Floyd Mayweather at that point in time, because the world was like, all right, bro, enough is enough. Remember, Shane Mosley said he had a toothache. Oh, Shane Mosley said, hey, and that's my dude. I love Shane Mosley. But Shane Mosley said, hey, bro, I got a toothache. Shane Mosley said, hey, you know what Floyd should do? He should fight Margarito. That would be a good fight. Bruh. Larry Merchant was like, but I'm asking you about Floyd. Will you fight Floyd Mayweather? He was like, I got to take time, go sit with my wife. Bro, they was ducking this dude. They asked Oscar. Oscar was like, Oscar told you flat out, too high of a risk, too low reward. What does he bring to the table? Oscar told you flat out, he don't bring nothing to the table. Shane said he had a toothache. I got to go get a tooth pulled. He should fight Margarito. It was just nasty work, bro. And people talk about Floyd ducking Margarito. No, he told Top Ranking them, hey, pay me how you weigh. Jalen, peace of blessings, queen. He said, pay me how you weigh. They was like, listen, we don't see, you ain't worth that money. Floyd was like, okay, well, I'm not fighting the dude. Period. So, to answer your question, when you say Floyd stained the sport of boxing with the holding on to your, no, he made himself the villain in real time. That's something that we cannot overlook. He made himself the villain in real time. It wasn't that he was purposely planning to do that. It's when he got in a position of power and he wasn't getting the credit he deserved. He was like, can't none of these fighters beat me? And people gonna pay to see me lose. And that's what they was doing. So he had to keep winning because people was paying to see him lose. Well, you can't, this guy could beat you. Well, bring him on. And people would pay. Well, this guy could beat you. Well, bring him on. And then he started with the May Vinci code. Nobody could crack the May Vinci code. This guy took a loss. Nobody could beat me, so on and so forth. And it just caught on. That just caught on. That became a thing. He wasn't planning that. He was fighting any and everybody. He wasn't concerned with the O. He was trying to fight everybody. Acelina Freitas, Diego Corrales, you name him, he was trying to fight him. Prince Nassim Hamed. They refused to fight him. Shane Mosley. When Shane Mosley was in a smaller weight class. Floyd, Oscar De La Hoya. All these dudes, he was trying to fight. They wasn't trying to fight him. So when he became the cash cow and they needed him, now y'all need me. And none of y'all could beat me. That's when he turned the tides. But it wasn't a planned thing. And then what happened was he never lost. John J. Doe, what's up? He just never lost. And then he retired undefeated. And then the youth, the generations that come up behind him, they adopted the mantra because he was like, you can't beat me. You can't crack them over. But y'all got to understand, he was living in real time. You understand? So it wasn't like he was planning to just with this old thing, because that became a thing when he started becoming Money Mayweather. When he was Pretty Boy, he wasn't talking about losing or and I'm never gonna lose. He wasn't scared of that. He wasn't concerned with that. It was when he became in position of power and the politics was playing a game against him. That's when he started focusing on becoming a villain, and you ain't gonna beat me, and you ain't gonna beat me, and you can't beat me, and he realized people was gonna pay to see me lose. Now the generation that came up behind him, that was fans of him, they adopted that mantra, and that became a thing. See, we can't blame Floyd Mayweather. He was just using it at real time. At the moment, this is what it is. People think, oh, you think, you ain't gonna give me my credit. Oh, you think he could beat me? You giving him more credit than me? He can't beat me. This dude already took a loss. Line it up. That's what happened. That's what happened. And remember, the fights that people said, oh, you really lost, he rematched them immediately. Oh, I lost to this dude, let me do it again then. Let me run it back ASAP and show you that we on a different level. So we can't say he stained the sport of boxing. Nah, he didn't. He just lived his era in real time, and the youth behind him latched on to who he was and what he was doing, and they made it a thing. He didn't make it a thing. They made it. The media and the boxing world didn't like him, and they couldn't wait to see him lose. So he was like, y'all want me to lose, but it's not going to happen. See, that was a thing that was going on. He lost the first fight to Castillo. Go sit at the kiddie table. I'm tired of y'all saying stupid stuff. Goodbye. Goodbye. Everybody regurgitate the same nonsense. He lost the first fight to Castillo. Did you even watch the fight? No, you probably didn't. And no, he did not. No, he didn't. At worst, you could say it was a draw. He did not lose. You can't find 7 rounds to give to Jose Luis Castillo. Stop. It's 12 rounds in a fight. He needs to win at least 7 rounds to win the fight. You can't show me 7 rounds that Castillo beat Floyd Mayweather in the fight. You can't. Floyd won the first 5 rounds until he injured his shoulder. Y'all just be regurgitating anything you hear. Show me 7 rounds that he lost to Castillo. 7 rounds. And on that note, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through, studding up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Much love, family. Appreciate y'all coming through, studding up, holding your boy Blue down, and showing me love. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.